on it. Is it working? Wait, there it goes. Now it's working. Yes, easier and easier to get a hang of it. Oh, watching my face. Watching my face as I try to figure this out. Yes, let's have some fun here today. Welcome to today's live. This is me practicing going live every day for this rest of the month of March anyway. And right now today we're going to talk about busting aging limiting myths and reframing those beliefs. This actually fits in perfect today's topic. It wasn't planned at all, but it works out perfectly because on LinkedIn I happened to see a post from an individual about an event that's actually happening in May, but she's talking all about her birthday and how it's her birthday today, and she's decided that for the month of she's for as part of her birthday. Oh, I'm messing all this up because I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, and but it's about the month of May being helping around the ageism that's happening in the workplace. And I just thought that was beautiful that something is being done to bring out and bring it to the surface and bring the conversation into the workplace. However, the way I think about it, if you don't change what you think in your own mind about aging, then regardless of what the workplace does, what will happen is subconsciously these beliefs will be running in your mind, and without you even realizing it, you'll be slipping back into old patterns, and so will the people running the companies slip back into old patterns of thinking, and without realizing it, they're slowly slipping away from what they wanted to implement. And then, or because of your own limiting beliefs, you won't actually take advantage of the changes that are being made. So it is like, yes, you want the companies to make changes, and you also want to be working on reframing and busting your own age limiting beliefs, and many of them you may not even be aware of. So this is why I wanted to bring this up today, and I felt like that article was a perfect fit. And of course, I said yes to participating in the event that's happening in May. And you can leave a comment if you want to know about what that is, and I'll link the act. I think it's called Act Now. I'll link that information to you, and you can sign up and participate in that event. And it's taking place in May. All right. So now let me go back to the topic of the conversation today, which kind of fits. Yesterday we talked about explored the power of our gratitude. So I really want to encourage you, if you took advantage of that and you did the 3 things and you wrote them down, I would love for you to share with me what actually happened. And I'm trying in this new platform I'm using to discover where the comments might actually be, and I don't even know if I know where they might be. I may not have made that visible for myself yet, figured out how to do that. So I will do my best to see if I can't find that while I continue on with what I wanted to share and what I wanted to talk about. Oh, this is very frustrating. Let me see if it's on LinkedIn, if I can see. No, I don't see any comments over there. Okay, I'm sorry, Instagram. All right, so I'm going to keep moving, going forward, progressing along with the content and what I want to kind of share with you today and empower you to remember. So remember that our brain, it's a powerful tool. We talked about that yesterday, and it's like the software in your head, and that P.S. you can train it. And when you believe in your potential, regardless of what society says, and when you reframe those beliefs, you unlock an amazing wellspring, so to speak, of confidence and energy. Because our energy truly is tied to what we tell ourselves. And when we're constantly demeaning ourselves, being unkind to ourselves, and judging ourselves, and having false beliefs about ourselves, or unkind, unhelpful beliefs about ourselves, we are actually draining our own energy, on top of draining our own self-confidence and self-belief. And so everyday transformations, what they kind of look like is as you start to think about your thinking, which is really what I want to encourage you today, is to think about your thinking and pay attention to how often, whether you say it out loud or not, how often do you say this is because of how old you are or how old you are not? How often do you kind of think that? Or how often do you think and believe that you're tired because of your age? Where maybe it doesn't have anything to do with that, right? So I really want to encourage you to think about that. And so really this is simply to bring to the forefront to get you to think about your thinking about age. And when you hear the word, and a big hint is when you hear the word old, what are the first thoughts that come to mind? What are the first things you even envision? Like, how do you picture that? What's the visual that comes to your mindset? That'll give you a hint as to what many of your hidden to you at the present moment thoughts are about aging. And when you're carrying those around with you, how do you actually behave? What actually happens on an automatic level for you when you're actually believing like that? I really want to encourage you to think about that and bring that to your forefront, because one of the many of the clients that I work with, this is a big topic of conversation that we have. And one of my recent clients, she had this dream of writing a book. And she'd been telling herself all along that it was too late for her. That she was too old. She should have started at a different time than right now. And it was too late, and there would be no way, and no one would actually be interested in what she had to say. And with all of that she was telling herself, it was too late for her. She was too old. No one would be interested in what she had to say. She was limiting herself and blocking her ability to share her amazing gifts and her amazing knowledge that came from her life experience. And it was there with her, within her, because of how old she is. And so then she decided to challenge those beliefs. And she joined a writing group, and she started writing every day. And eventually, she started making progress on publishing her book. And she's now every day making little tiny progress of writing a little bit every day within that book that she wants to get out into the world. And she's now pursuing one of her dreams that she had put on the shelf a long time ago, and she decided to take that dream off the shelf, dust it off, and start working on it. But today, for you, the action steps I have for you today, because all of this I'm telling you is great for you to go, oh yeah, that makes sense, that might be great, and oh, that isn't that interesting. However, there will be zero impact on your life if you choose not to take some form of action on this new information that you learned. So I really want to encourage you to identify only one limiting belief that you have about aging, and write it down. And then I want you to experiment with, just like with experimenting with the gratitude, then I want you to experiment with finding out and putting on a scientific mindset and simply getting curious. How does that belief that I have about aging, how is that impacting my day? What actually happens when I stay believing that? And really asking yourself, is it true? Who gave me that thought? When did I start believing that? Wonder what would happen if I thought the opposite. Can I find evidence to how the opposite of this is true? Are there things out there that are 100% opposite of what this belief is I have about aging? And I wonder what would happen if I started believing something different. That's my challenge, so to speak, for you today, and your call to action that I want to encourage you to do. And share it with me in the comments. And this is going automatically live on YouTube and LinkedIn. There has been a hiccup. Hopefully, I have solved that, and I'll be able to get the video posted on Instagram if you're watching over there. So I do want to encourage you to leave it in the comments and let me know. And I want to hear what you're discovering and what your mindset is and what kind of ahas came to you because you chose to pause and think about this and do this experiment. I will be back again tomorrow. We're going to be discussing tomorrow. Let me see, what did I say? I was going to be discussing believing in yourself and then watching yourself soar. So it's going to be around that, and how does that actually change what you feel like and what you do. So it's similar to this one, and you'll notice they're all kind of tying together, and it's really to open your mind up and get you to think about your thinking about this and help you to get curious about your own hidden beliefs about aging and how they're impacting you, whether it be your confidence or your vitality. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a fantastic rest of your day.